Hello everyone, welcome back to another question for Leetcode. So today we're gonna work on a contain most water. This is also one of the blind 75 questionnaire. So given an array of integer, so this is the water tank that we try to calculate the area. It gives a height, length n, and the vertical line meaning there's a height in every element here, and then two lines together with an x-axis for container such that a container contain most of the water. Return the maximum amount water that the container can store. So if you can see right here, we do have a height. The input represent each height. This is 1, this is 8, and then over 7, this is 3. But how many elements in this height? I already draw out the water as an example. It's easier just to write. So let's say we want to contain the maximum area of the container. Imagine you have a bucket and then you want to fill as much as water as possible. So in the first sense that we would be able to select the highest water, the highest height. So the water's filling in, dropping a lot. But then imagine if you just put too much water is here. However, this height is not able to keep the water because the water gonna flow out anyway, right? So what you have to do is we do have the maximum height and the minimum height. So in order not allow the water to overflow the container, we have to choose the lowest point. The lowest height between these two is just right here so that you can maintain the water. Imagine you have a bucket. It's dripping like this. But if you put too much water, it's gonna overflow and like the water skip all over the floor anyway. So same story. If we just check, like if we don't follow the example of the question, so what strategy that we need to use here? So that we have to use strategies like two pointer. So if you're not familiar with two pointer technique, which means you have to have a left and the right pointer to work on of these Leetcode question, just Google for it and see the two pointer technique. So we have to initialize the two pointer. One is left, one is right. Okay, so we need to iterate over the height. From the question, we have a height, which is a collection of array based on these numbers coming in. So we have to iterate. The left is starting from 0 and the right basically is start from the end. This is the right. So you iterate through the height, left and right, to just find the lowest point in the height. And what is the areas too? What is the other important factors that? So what is the area is become the height multiply the width. Okay. So we were able to find the height by iterate the left and the right. I will go into the detail how we should calculate the height, maximum or like minimum height. How about the width? If you can check right here, the width is actually the distance between the left pointer and the height pointer. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we have 6 right here. I'm just doing an example. So this is gonna be a distance between the left and the right pointer. So that is where we would be able to calculate the width of the area. We have left is 1. What is the right that we currently have, which means 7? Is this left is greater than what, 7? The left is 1 and 7. So which has the lower? So we have 1. So we choose 1. Because the left is smaller, so we have to iterate bigger just to find the maximum area as well. So we move, we have the second is 8. Okay, so our second left here is 8. Left and right, which one is bigger? This is smaller, right? But because the left is greater than right, the area we have to use the minimum height over here. Okay, if the height of the left is smaller the height of the right, so this is smaller, we increment +1. Otherwise, right -1. So we're gonna, if the left is smaller, then we decrement a little just to find the maximum. And then later we're gonna return the area. Now we move to the code base. I'm gonna initialize left pointer and the right pointer because our right pointer is starting from the, because our right pointer is start from the right. So we have to go length height -1. And initialize our max area is equal to 0. We just do a while loop for both. While left less than right. What is the end goal? Sometimes it's easy to write question when we have a return first. The end goal is to return the maximum area. We have the max areas equal to, imagine we have a calculation right here. We need to iterate the max. If height left less than height right, what we're gonna do, increment left, else we decrement right. Okay, so how we're gonna calculate the area? Because the question asks us to find the maximum area. So we, first of all, we're gonna have a max area. What is the formulas for max area? Is the area and another option that we can choose. I'm just gonna rewrite the formulas for area. Equal to height multiplied by width. So for the width, I already told you that the width is the distance between the left pointer and the right pointer. So I'm gonna use the right minus left. We have the maximum height and the smaller height that we probably has to choose the smaller one. So right here we have to have the minimum height of the left, either the left or the right pointer. Okay, so accept key. Okay, next step we're gonna talk about the time complexity. What is the time complexity here? It is because we iterate every element in the array. So the time complexity, it will be O of n because we have to go through every single element. What is the space complexity? If you can see right here, that we only initialize left and right pointer without add any extra space to the calculation, which means our space complexity is only O of 1. Other than having all of the variable, max area, left and right pointer, we don't add any extra space to the calculation. Thanks guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video and see you soon.